Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Davey Deathray here, back with another movie review. And I am pumped because we're taking a look at my most anticipated film of the year, It's Me, Billy Chapter 2. Now, this one picks up where It's Me, Billy left off from 2021, also written and directed by Bruce Dale and Dave McCrae, and it acts as a legacy sequel to the amazing 1974 classic horror film, Black Christmas. Now, if you've yet to see Black Christmas or the first chapter of this film, I highly recommend checking those out before you dive into It's Me, Billy Chapter 2, because this movie starts right where the first chapter ends, and stuff's about to get pretty damn intense. I don't want to dive too much into the plot here because I'd hate to spoil anything for you if you haven't seen the film yet. You know, maybe you're just checking out the review to see if it's worth it. And I gotta say, right off the bat, it absolutely is. If you are a horror fan, especially if you're a Black Christmas fan, you've got to check these films out. They work as the perfect companion piece to the 1974 classic, so let's get into it. Real quick, before we get going, please like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on It's Me, Billy Chapter 2, and hey, why not get into your thoughts on the Black Christmas franchise? I love getting that conversation going with you guys, so let me know down below. I think the big takeaway for me is what Bruce and Dave have added to the lore of the story and the characters without ruining or spoiling anything that came before it. And certainly without ruining any of the mystery. I mean, we do get more insight into what's been going on with Billy and how his descent into madness has furthered in the last 50 years. And by the way, Billy is played so incredibly well by Brian Charles Peter, and of course voiced by Dave McCrae, who is a voice actor and does an incredible job here. I mean, even with that background, it is extremely difficult to take on the voice acting of Billy because it's so dynamic, it's so bizarre and strange, but here it's completely seamless. It feels like the original Black Christmas. And for those of you who've already seen the first chapter, you get a little bit more of Agnes. I know she was teased at the end of that chapter, but here she's a fully fleshed out character, and you sort of see that, you know, she's crazy like Billy, but in a totally different way, and sort of plays captain of the team here. Victoria Miro returns as Sam, who is Jess Bradford's granddaughter, and she puts in an even more impressive performance than before. She carries a lot of this film. And speaking of Jess, while Olivia Hussey did have to back out of the film due to health reasons, Lisa Kovacs steps in here and is a spitting image of her, and the performance goes hand in hand with what we got in the original film, and she really does have that connection with Victoria's character Sam. Beefing up the cast this time around, we've got a couple great additions in Glenn Michael Grant as Detective Henny, and Lynn Griffin coming in and playing Claire's sister Nancy, who is a former police officer. Now, fans of the original will recognize Lynn as Claire, but here we are 50 years down the road, and it's really cool to see her come back to the franchise and get to play such a big part of this conclusionary story. One thing that's gotta be said about this film is while it's technically a fan film, this is a professional production through and through. Man, the cinematographer Greg Bennett just did an amazing job capturing that feel of the original Black Christmas, and Bruce and Dave really have an eye for that slow burn, kind of old-fashioned way of shooting a movie, but that's something that I really like because I think it builds the tension, and there's plenty of that classic mood and atmosphere that you tend to expect if you're a big Dave McCrae fan. The lighting, the sound design, the use of shadows, the music, everything right down to the big bulb Christmas lights just really puts you there, makes you feel like you're watching something that truly does belong with the original. Speaking of the original, when it comes to the gore effects and the violence, you can expect something that is akin to the 1974 classic. So you're not going to see blood splattered all over the place or anything like that. This is a much more grounded approach, but there are some moments, so keep an eye out. All in all, I can't recommend this movie enough. It feels so in line with the original. I could only imagine that Bob Clark would be pumped to see fans making a follow-up to his classic film. that's this high quality. And I think it's perfect for spooky season. And here in a couple months, you can reload and watch it during Christmas as well. I'm so pumped for Bruce and Dave and everyone in front of and behind the camera because they've been working on this for years, and it's a piece that they should be very proud of. And now that they've wrapped up this fan film, this epic conclusion to the original Black Christmas, they're gonna go and start making their original films, and I can't wait to see what kind of stories we get. That's gonna wrap it up for my review of It's Me, Billy Chapter 2, a Black Christmas fan film. If you haven't checked it out yet, what in the heck are you waiting for? There are links in the description below, so go check it out. Thank you guys so much for coming by and checking out the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. Poke around the channel, you just might find something you really like. I'm going live all the time, and spooky season has been crazy hectic, so there's plenty of content there for you to enjoy. Until next time, I've been and will continue being Davey Deathray. Take care.